Hey guys, JH, welcome back to the practice tee in the cow paddock. I told you guys before, I've had a couple of guys flying long distances to come and hit golf balls in the cow paddock, not in the nice practice facility situation and circumstances down there. They want to hit out of the paddock. They want to see the raw environment that the channel lock and all the other swings basically evolved in. It's amazing. Guy flew in the other day from a long way away, Western Australia, and when I picked him up and brought him out, we stopped down there. He said, "Oh, I don't want to hit down there. I want to go up in the cow paddock." Okay, so I brought him up here, and there were actually some cows out here, and he just loved it. He said, "Jay, is this where I saw it all happening?" Okay, some more stuff on channel lock. Now, what we were saying the other day was, how slow can you go? Well, we have to add to that. How slow can you go while still maintaining a swinging process, a motion in the golf club? You can go slow in the backswing. I can do this. But there's no swinging momentum in that shot, guys. And I'm still struggling with my shoulder, so if the swing's a bit scratchy today, the cold weather's not doing it any good. You can take it back like that. You can take it back very slow. But because there's no swinging inertia in that, there's none of that with the club head wanting to get off the end of the shaft. See, what happens when you do that, guys, when you have inertia working for you in a golf swing, as it goes back here, that inertia is wanting to keep going in that direction there. What creates an automatic change of direction in the golf swing is that inertia wanting to go that way, running out of its ability to keep going that way. And so if I swing it back here, it comes to the point where, it can't go any further because I've run out of arm here. And so that creates our setting of the golf club, and the change of inertia, momentum, direction. That's the simplicity of swinging a golf club. And that's why most people, the great swingers, the Sam Sneads and Louis Oosthuizen and Ian Woosnam back from the 90s, the guys that really did swing the golf club, they had beautiful transitions because they couldn't do anything else, guys. The golf club just went back as slow as it could, and then it just, with pure inertia, just swing it back. It doesn't have to be super slow, but it has to be smooth. And the other day I was saying that for me, what I felt in terms of a result of that was that if I swung it back here and then I started slowly, I actually felt my hands almost wanting to stop at the golf ball. Now if my hands stop at the golf ball, the club keeps going. A bit like if you were sitting on the hood of a car, just sitting there and the car went into an abutment, like a low brick wall, the car would stop. The object on the hood of the car would keep going. That's exactly, and it would accelerate. It would absolutely accelerate. And that's what we want, guys. We want to feel that the club comes in here and accelerates. Now, what am I trying to say here? I'm saying that I want to eliminate myself too much travel in the hands coming into the ball and after impact. Because I think that takes away from the trebuchet, the old medieval catapult type mechanics and process. I think it takes away from that because what the trebuchet did was it came in here and it stopped. The lever stopped and the rope with the rock on it kept going. But if the lever had kept going here, it wouldn't have had anywhere near the snap loading that the trebuchet gave. It stopped there and then wham! A bit like when you're casting a rod, guys. A fly rod, you go wham, you stop the hand, wham, and the tip goes really quickly. But if you went like that, and a lot of guys do that, they want to just throw a little short cast. But if they want to cast at 35 metres or something like that, they go, wham, they stop here and the rod tip keeps going. Now, I think that's a great idea. I think that's a great idea to have in this golf swing. So I'm going to swing it back very slowly, and I'm going to try and, as I come in, I'm going to try and actually slow it down. Actually slow it down. And Ed Davison, who's one of our certified teachers, Ed was saying the other day that for him has been an absolute boomer in terms of understanding and getting people to get better results. So for you, Ed, what I feel is that I'm slow here. I've got the swing going. I'm trying to just throw that club head off the shaft here if it was loose. I've got slow here, and I'm coming down, and I just want to hit it like that. I basically want it to come to a stop. Now that's just a little bunt, just a little warm-up bunt to get the feeling. I don't want the club head stopped at the ball. I want to feel like my hands are going to stop at the ball. I certainly don't want the club head. I want my hands coming in and the club head keep going. See, that's a really nice shot. That's a chopped off, abbreviated type finish, because I'm not feeling that I've got a lot of arm travel or momentum in the shot. But that's how I get the feeling. That's how I actually cultivate the feeling of stopping it there. So we're going to really just loosey-goosey, just momentum load the golf club. And then just let it come down. I can actually swing it slower than that. The grass is only 4 inches long. I just got the feeling I haven't got any speed going on, but there's plenty of speed going on, lots of speed. All right, I'll ramp this up and I'll hit a full shot, a full slow shot. Now look how much speed I ended up with. Wow, that's gone a long way. Whew, has that gone a long way? And guys, that just took my arms through there because I was thinking I didn't want any speed. And by not wanting any speed, I developed huge speed. You know why? Because there was no physical tension encumbrance on that golf swing. Because I thought, I don't have to accelerate the club through the ball, it did accelerate. I mean, that was just a massive distance golf shot. Look at this, guys. Look how much it's pulling me through. Look. Club's still in front of me. They're crazy. They're crazy how far they're going. A lot of grass here, guys, and it just picks up the grass. And one of the hard things with channel lock, because it gets the club on the ball so early, that if the grass is any type of length, it just catches it. So I can get the grass a little bit early. But hopefully with channel lock you won't be playing out along grass very often. But see how much acceleration I get on that and how far it pulls me through no intention to actually do that. No intention to do that. When I flare that foot out, it looked like the ball's gone back, guys. Hasn't gone anywhere. I just love this feeling. When I get that, how could the ball ever go there? It's not a hold-off shot. I'm not trying to hold it off. I'm not trying to hold the shot off. That is just the result of the shoulders being closed and what we get, and getting what we call shoulder block. That's all that is, guys. I'm getting shoulder block. As I'm coming through here, the shoulder is blocking. So I'm not wanting to accelerate the club at all. But in not wanting to, I get so much acceleration. Wow. It's a 6-iron, guys, and it's they're bazooka 6-irons, just bazookas. Wow. Such a good fit, and the good thing about that, guys, is that is easy on my shoulder. You know why? Because there's none of that. I don't get a lot of that in my golf swing anyway, but there's none of that in this golf swing. It's just completely, now I'm about 6 inches below the ball here. Here we go, just So what's the message here? Just think no acceleration. I don't want to accelerate the golf club. I do not want to accelerate the golf club through the ball. I want to feel like that. And by not wanting to accelerate it, it's ballistic. I'll hit a couple of drivers, guys, which is not a smart thing to do, but then again, JH has never been considered that smart a person. I mean, I say not a good thing to do with my injured shoulder, but just watch the ease of this guy. Now that was exactly identical line to that 6-iron. And the only difference was that it everything felt the same. The only difference was it went, 100 metres further. Well, maybe 80 metres further. But that's all it is, guys. I'm not trying to do anything with that. I'm not trying to do anything. It's an amazing thing. It's almost like it takes all the inhibitions off impact, because it just goes. I mean, I'm not trying to accelerate it, but it's just motoring. Absolutely motoring. Oh, guys, it's just a sensational golf shot. Good thing about channel lock, even standing up with the driver, if there was water down here and out of bounds fence, you ain't never going there. You can't go there. Can't go there. And again, I keep spruiking the virtue of channel lock, but that is indicative of how good a golf swing channel lock is. When I've got an injured shoulder, I'm dead cold, step up with the driver and hit it that good. That ball flight's just fantastic. And this is an old dude, guys. This is a 76-year-old broken down reasonably good athlete. So if I can do that at my age, that's got to speak volumes for how good this swing is for anyone that's got any physical disabilities. Okay, really slow, Jade. Now you won't, you'll immediately notice clearly how much intention we normally have to hit the ball when we're trying to deliberately eliminate that deliberateness of hitting the ball. Because I'm actually trying to stop the golf club from moving as I hit it. I'm actually trying to stop it from moving. I'm 6 inches below the ball here, guys. Watch this for a slow swing. Now I don't know if that picks up the microphone with the windsock on it here, if it picks up that impact, but I mean that is just, I mean I'm not a crusher of the golf ball, but that really compressed the golf ball. Really compressed it. Okay, how do we learn it? Just get in here. Set it up, guys. Just take it back here, let the club flow, and then feel you want it to go slower at impact. A little short shot. You'll still get that acceleration through, but you're not trying to get it. You're not trying to get it. You'll still get it. You'll get more. We don't want to do this. We don't want to do that. I mean, we don't want to come in and go like that. You can do that, but I mean, I don't ever say to anyone to do anything as a drill that you don't do in your golf swing. I've always said that. That's why I've never been big on alignment sticks or anything like that, because you can't use them when you play, so why gear your brain to accept them and rely on them and use them as a crutch? I've never used aids in teaching golf swing, because you can't use aids when you play. Alright, we'll just hit a full shot, last shot, see if my shoulder can hold up. Well, there, guys, that's just a great shot. Now that may not look like super slow swing, but it'll probably just look like it's got good rhythm. But I'm trying to swing that like this. The reason I can do that in a practice swing is because there's no requirement to hit the golf ball. But I don't have a program in my brain for hitting a golf ball with that type of golf swing. I don't have a program, so I can't do it. So I'll try and do it. This will probably be a disaster, but I'll try and do that really slow swing and just see what happens. Well, that's nowhere near as slow as the practice swing because I don't have a program for it. But I mean, that's a good shot. And really, I think all of us could really benefit from that, from just doing it, guys. Even guys who are, like I'm quick. I'm very staccato the way I normally swing. So, I mean, if I can do it, as Arnold says, you can do it. Come on. Now, I'm not trying to accelerate it, but I'm getting huge acceleration. Now the other thing, guys, just one other thing for anybody with just doing channel lock. What you really have to do, guys, and be very cognizant of, this grass is just preposterous. What you must be cognizant of is when we're firing the club across the line here, that the club does get released properly. It doesn't come across like that. When we're firing it across the line, we don't want the club to do that. I said that a couple of videos ago. So what is a proper release? Now guys, really, believe it or not, all the good players in any golf swing, from the top of the swing, they are trying to do that. From the very top of the swing, I promise you, they're trying to do that. Why are they trying to do that? Because they know that the swing is going quick, and this is going to be delayed and not get to the ball if they don't do that early. If they come in here and think, oh, now I want to release, that's too late. That's how the blade gets left open. No question in my mind that Hogan was trying to shut that blade down from the top of his golf swing. No question in my mind. I went over there with Sam Snead, and Snead totally agreed with me. He said, absolutely, that's what he did. And Snead said that he did that too. He said, I pull with my left with this here. He said, but I pull that way. I want to turn my thumb into the ground. Snead said that to me. He said, I want to turn my thumb into the ground as early as I can in the downswing. So guys, what that is for us is that when we come here, see the thumb? As we start from the top, just try and turn the thumb that way. And that'll give you, you'll think that you'll smother the ball. I promise you, if you start with a component of the lower body to start your downswing, you can't release the club too early. I've said that a million times. So we've got to really release it really early from the top of the swing. Like that. Wow. You know, I mean, I do it, I think, instinctively, but when I've got an absolute total commitment to doing it there, boy, does it square up, and do I get amazing contact on the shot. I mean, that was just beautiful contact. And you'd think, guys, yeah, doing that I'm going to turn it into the ground. I'll try and turn this into the ground. I'll try and turn it in. I'll try and do it ridiculously early from the top of the swing. Well, let me tell you guys, if you do nothing else in your life ever again with a golf swing, try and turn the club into the ground from there. Because that's impact like I've never had in my life. Now, Snead told me that in 1995. That's firing it from here, guys. And that was just the most gorgeous golf shot. And the most incredible contact. I thought I would turn that straight into the ground. Oh my goodness, that was just ridiculous. And there's another one right on top of it. The most you'll get is a really strong little soft power draw. Just trying to turn it into the ground. Trying to do that. I wonder if I can actually do that. I'm going to try and do it. I'm going to try and turn the club like that before it gets to the ball. This will be really interesting. Wow! And I think that the single biggest problem with the club player, A, is they don't start the downswing with a lower portion of the body, but the secondary single biggest problem is they just don't release the golf club. They do not release the golf club. They think that they'll smother the ball. You won't smother it. If I've seen 100,000 club golfers, of the 100,000, 95,000 have under-released the golf club as opposed to over-releasing it. And the only reason you'll get into trouble with an over-release, guys, is if this doesn't work. If you get here and you fire it and this is all dormant, you'll do this. You watch, my lead side doesn't move, and I'll fire it from the top. The ball just goes left. Because I've shut the face down and I've dragged it. That's because this has gone over there, and this hasn't preceded the turning down of the golf club. But I've got to tell you guys, when you get that turn down from the top of the swing as hard as you can, it is just, it's bomber time. I'm going to turn this club into the ground from the top of the swing. You can't do it, JH. All you can do is just hit better shots by thinking of it, but you can't turn it into the ground. And that's how much we really need to release a golf club, guys. The realities of releasing a golf club. I mean, they're just pure shots, dead in the centre of the face. And I'm trying to smother that ball. I'm trying to just absolutely trap it into the ground. Come on. Can't hit it better than that. Wow, I cannot hit it better than that. Whew, that's just amazing. That's amazing. Now I do it, but I obviously don't do it as much as I should. I'm trying to actually turn the club into the ground and smother the ball. I can't do it. I can't do it because this has started a little bit. If this didn't start, I could certainly do it. Come on, Jage. Wow. It just bends the shaft like you wouldn't believe, guys. And it's just a perfectly straight shot. Okay, guys, just a couple of facets and aspects that I think will help you with channel lock. I've got some guys coming here, so I'm looking down there. Some more visitors to the cow paddock. And they'll know they've been in the cow paddock today because there've been a lot of cows around here and they've been doing their business here and the wind is blowing this way. So they will get, if they want to have that earthy feeling of the JH practice field, well, it is a field, it's not a tee, is it? It's a, we'll call it the field of aromas, because today with that, all those cow pats up there, it is a field of aromas. And some of these guys, two of the guys coming today are very sophisticated guys. They're attorneys and they're really sophisticated guys, and I don't think they've ever been in a cow paddock hitting golf shots where you've had a wind coming here and you've got, you know, probably 30 or 40 cow pats up there and the wind is bringing the earthy aromas of the cow pats down to you. That'll be interesting to see these guys, because they really are sophisticated guys. But they will love it. They said, JH, we want to be in the paddock. We want to be in the paddock. And I don't think anybody teaches in a cow paddock except me. And of course I said, guys, the benefit here is when I'm doing it myself is that the cows are not, they're not overcritical. There'll just be an occasional, you know, there are different types of moves. There's a moo, which is a good shot, and there's a moo if it's, you know, not such a good shot. But they're not hard on me. They're not hard on me. Okay, guys, just a couple of things today that I think if you look at those, they'll really help you.